NBA Straya, how are you going? Hey, Yanni, you're right, you should be. Why is that, Jim? Well, it's Thursday, March 19, and this is NBA Straya's best and worst stuff of the day. I'm your host, James Clements, here in Larry Armour Studios. Today we've got a Denver disaster, more Lakers magic. Jared McCain makes Philly look stupid as hell again, and Jonathan Kuminga hit a 75-foot full-court shot. Let's do it with the daily. Oh, is it a whipper out as a gym? Yes, Giannis versus the Bucks. This was the fun story of today. Giannis was all like, I thought I would like to play basketball again this year. And the Milwaukee Bucks were like, hang on. No. Don't be silly. You goose. Come on. You're injured. You've hurt your knee. You got a bone bruise. Don't want you to hurt yourself even worse. And then in the offseason, we can't trade you. And Giannis is like, I would like to play, damn it. So it's all getting very heady. The Bucks want Giannis to shut down. Apparently, Giannis has refused the team's request and wants to play, which is just... They've had multiple meetings about this. I love that Giannis is so competitive that he's like, I want to play, damn it. And he just wants to get out there and play. That's awesome. You can see the Bucks side of this thing as well, where the season is lost. Pack her up, boys. You're done. But you can't run the risk of Giannis hurting himself further in the final 12 games of the season. So, I don't know. Rock, hard place, Giannis. Boom. Because, he's gone now. These are these little things as well that just drive a wedge in the relationship between a player and a team. And, I reckon his family might as well just start packing their stuff right now because they're not long for Wisconsin. Other little bit of news: LeBron James. He's very good at basketball still. We'll get to that in a second. Apparently, he's also not interested in being an owner for the new Vegas team. Basically, Fenway Sports Group that he's partnered with, right? So they own the Red Sox and Liverpool in the EPL, and apparently they're not that interested in chasing after one of those expansion teams, mooted expansion teams for Seattle and Vegas, because it could be $8 billion. And so LeBron was asked about it. He's like, nah, not at all, not interested. And apparently, the firm isn't that excited about getting into the bidding war because it's too expensive. This is interesting, isn't it? So if Fenway can't really rustle up the cash, they're going to have to find a couple of other folks. And this will be a very, very interesting story to keep tabs on. Yes. Anyway, let's do some quick game wraps from today. Golden State got absolutely smoke-em-a-rated, even with the extreme zinger meal back for them.
Extreme zinger meal.
It was nice to see him back in Boston, all his old mates. They also got their heads kicked in, 120-99. That's also the first time, I think, in Celtics history they've swept all California games. They've swept the Pacific Division 10-0 as well, right? So the Celtics swept all their California games. They beat the Lakers, the Warriors, the Kings, the Clippers, and the Suns for the Pacific Division. Beat them all. 8-0 in those California team games as well. So Lakers, Clippers, Warriors, Kings. That's awesome. Good job, Boston. OKC embarrassed Brooklyn. 121-92. Jim, that's not an embarrassment. It was in the first half when they scored 24 points. Now, the East Keilor mixed netball under 14s team might have a crack at scoring 24 points and a half of basketball. The Brooklyn Nets, just abysmal. What are we doing here? It was the lowest points total in a half of basketball since 2018. Yeesh. Toronto pants Chicago 139-109. Portland got by Indy 127-119 as well, which is fun to see. Denny Avdia back with a bang, and Donovan Clingan went absolutely off his head. You also had Atlanta, 11 straight wins for your Kaka Atlanta Hawks, beating the Dallas Mavericks 135-120. 11 straight wins is a bit. That's pretty good. In terms of, they haven't won 11 straight since they won 19 straight back in that 2014-15 season when they had a million All-Stars. We're going to just name the entire Hawks team All-Stars. We're all friends. Yay. But anyway, great job by the Hawks. And we also, as mentioned, Jonathan Kuminga threw a full court pass to our man Jock Landale, the Rooster, and it went in. It went in. He just threw it from the other end of the court. Jock was under the basket, and the ball through the basket. That was pretty good. 3 points. Book it. Dallas, Oh boy, they stink. We also had Denver absolutely cook a game against the Memphis Grizzlies. This is a disaster for Denver. 118-125. The Grizzlies win this one thanks to, Gigi Jackson, Ty Jerome, 10 turnovers for your man, Nikola Jokic. It was gross. Cam Johnson, 20 points, but yeesh. No Aaron Air Gordon. Tim Hardaway Jr. couldn't hit a shot. Bruce Brown literally didn't hit a shot. Better shave that handlebar. 19 for Ollie Maxons Prosper. Cedric Coward, 15. G.G. Jackson, 16. Jalen Wells, 11. Ty Jerome, 21. Wow. 16 of 49 from 3. Grizzlies. That's a huge win. And then we got an absolute ripper. Lakers-Rockets game. Lakers win at 124-116. Luka Magic. Lord, this is the game where you just look at this and go, A, Houston cooked. B, Lakers, I think we're going to have to amend that 9 teams can win the title. Or to the point we might actually have to boot Houston out of that club and just replace them with the Lakers because that was horrifying. Luka looked absolutely amazing. Austin Reeves had a pretty pedestrian night. But LeBron James, a 41-year-old man, had 30 points on 14 shots. Luka carved them up down the stretch. It was amazing to watch. Hits 2 massive threes, has 2 huge oops either side of him. Absolutely unreal. And the crucial thing with this win for the Lakers is that they now hold their head-to-head tiebreaker against all the other teams going for that 3 seed, right? They're 7-2 against Denver, Houston, and Minnesota now. So they've beaten Denver 2-1, 2-1 over Houston, and 3-0 against Minnesota. So not bad. Flip side, Houston are 8-7 since the KD files came out. Get off my Dickerson, right? Pack her up. They look horrible. 2-7 against teams above 500. Yeesh. Anyway, let's do an NBA Straya approved performance of the night. No prizes for guessing this one.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Luka Doncic, 40 points, 9 rebounds, 10 assists, and absolutely absurd down the stretch. The dagger 3 with under a minute to go to put them up properly. The splitting of the doubles twice and then the oop to Rui. Absolutely amazing gear. The oop to LeBron was he turned Alpi Şengün inside out. Alpi dives for the steal. Luka goes behind his back, spins around. Oop to LeBron, skadoosh. The threes in there were absolutely, he looks awesome. He was in their face. He was talking that shit. He was awesome. 12 of 25 from the floor, 7 of 17 from 3, 9 of 14 at the free throw line. Honorable mentions, 32, 11, and 5 for Denny Avdia, 32, 4, and 6 for Jaylen Brown. But we're also going to have to throw in there LeBron James, 41-year-old man, scores many points. 30 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, but he shot 13 of 14 from the field, did LeBron. 13 of 14. Durant couldn't hit a shot in the first half, got going in the third quarter. LeBron just literally missed 1 shot all day. 30 points on 14 shots. LeBron, he's 41 and he's taking the piss. Anyway, Spud of the night.
Spud, 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 it is Spud of the night.
Spud of the night. Jokic and his 10 turnovers. The quadruple double goes begging. He had 29 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists and 10 turnovers. This close to a quadruple double. Crazy game for Jokic. Absolutely spuds everywhere for Denver. KD had 2 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers. Was a minus 13 and 1 of 3 from the floor in the first half against the Lakers. That's a bit of a hole to dig out of. You had Pods going and shooting 1 of 8. 1 of 6 for Kevin Love, Kobe Sanders, Walter Clayton Jr. 2 of 10 for Najee Marshall. 3 of 12 for Tim Hardaway the Lesser, just avoiding back-to-back special numbers, which would have been very special. But I would very much like to thank Jeremiah Grant for going and actually shooting. Oh, yeah! Chill! Jeremy Grant shot 311. You beauty. How about old mate, no mates?
Old mate, no mate.
Old mate, no mate.
Old mate, no
Old mate, no
mate.
mate.
Old mate, no mate.
Old mate, no mate.
Old mate, no mates.
Who's got no mates today? Well, I mean, that'd probably be Giannis in Milwaukee. I can't imagine that sort of employment environment would be great right now. My favorite thing about this is, though, what do the brothers do? What does this mean for Thanasis? You know, this is just great. He's like, I want to play. And Thanasis is like, I'll play. They're like, get out of here, you. Quit it. We told you to not come back. But Giannis versus the Bucks. I mean, this, as I said at the top, when it gets sort of like this combative, that's not going to be good long term, is it? I reckon that might be the sort of their strategy of like, nah, Giannis, it'll be cool. Don't play. And Giannis is like, but I want to play. And then going, no, don't do that. That's the sort of thing. We actually, in the NFL, you saw it with Max Crosby and the Vegas Raiders. It just, like when you got someone that's super competitive and they want to play, sometimes, like for the sake of the relationship, I can see why the Bucks don't want him to play. But maybe you sort of go, all right, Giannis, when you're feeling good, we'll take this very conservatively. We'll see how you go. Then we'll talk about it then. Don't kick the can down the road. Don't tell him, no, you can't do that. It's like what I do with the squids. You don't tell them no straight off the bat. You basically try to, like, you know, obfuscate and just go, look at that shiny thing over there, you goose. No, we're not going to go have some ice cream. You don't say that. You say, oh, look, how about we instead go and do the blah, 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 right? Eat this strawberry. Anyway, Giannis, old mate, no mates in Milwaukee very, very soon, no doubt. DeAndre Ayton, I enjoyed this. Big story about DeAndre Ayton today. I started looking in the mirror. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. He didn't change his ways. Yo, bro, he said, and I said, yo, bro, you're not that guy. You don't need to be on this team doing that at all. This team, you came here to be the effort guy and close out possessions, rebound, run the floor. Okay. Seems like DeAndre Ayton has a lot of pretty in-depth conversations with himself in the mirror. You got to get some mates, DeAndre, because they'd tell you quick smart. Hey, DeAndre, you're on the Lakers with LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves. Just run the floor, rebound, and play some defense, you idiot. Of course you've got no mates if you can't understand that. And finally, Kevin Durant is obviously old mate, no mates. As I said before, they're 8-7 since his Get Off My Dickerson group chats were leaked. 4-6 in the last 10 games, 2-7 against teams over 500. The Rockets look completely discombobulated, all out of sorts. Their chemistry looks completely shot, right? So the Rockets, I don't know, we might have to do the odd scratch them off the board of contenders. Pantsing of the night. Ironically, what OKC did to Brooklyn today is, I'm pretty sure, illegal in Oklahoma and most of the Midwest states. Yeah. What OKC did to Brooklyn today had people questioning expanding the league. But that's also because people are absolute mouth-breathing idiot morons. Because, oh, look, we don't even have enough talent to get two more. Shut up, idiots. A, give me back my Sonics. B, the Brooklyn Nets. Look at their roster today. Do you think that was the team they, at the start of the season, idealized putting on the floor? They started 3 rookies to go with Noah Clowney and Nick Claxton. Seriously, Nolan Traore, Drake Powell, Danny Wolf, 3 rookies who combined to shoot 7 of 21. Now, I'm no math magician, but that's not good. Noah Clowney next to Nick Claxton as well. Their starting lineup managed a whopping 29 points combined today, right? But you've got Jalen Wilson, EJ Little, Zaire Williams, Josh Minott, Chaney Johnson, Terrence Mann, Okjai Agbaji, Malachi Smith, and Tyson Etienne on this Nets team. Do you honestly think that's the team they want? Right? Or do you think this is them purposefully tanking? Because we don't have to change, I don't know, the wins and losses. We're talking about the incentive of what is going on here. We don't need to change the talent pool. We need to change the incentives for losing, which is still too high. And if you can't understand that, you're a dummy. Like, the Nets, there is plenty of talent in the NBA right now. Every team has a dude, if not multiple dudes, if not multiples on multiples of dudes, right? So shush with this. It's just ridiculous. Finally, Bet on Lonzo Ball, Ben Simmons, and Brodie J.
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. We're coming for everybody.
Bryce Sensible, 41 points. Unbelievable. 17 of 31 from the floor, 4 of 9 from 3. He was awesome. He's an absolute weapon out of nowhere for the Utah Jazz in games that don't matter. Donovan Clingan went off for 28 points, 13 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. And Jared McCain, once more, just shows how much smarter than all of us Daryl Morey is. The exceptional brain genius in charge of the Philadelphia Sixers. Just, of course, he sold high on Jared McCain, who then today went out and dropped 26 points on 9 of 16 shooting. Went 5 of 9 from 3, had 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 turnover, and 2 blocks. That's right, never forget that Daryl Morey is smarter than you, with all those championship rings that he's won. Anyway, Australian player watch for today as well. We had some Aussies out there. Josh Giddey did not have a great one today. He went 4 of 13 from the floor, 1 of 8 from 3 for his 9 points, 3 assists, 3 turnovers, 1 steal. Brutal. Lockie Ulbrich played 8 minutes though. He had 2 points, 1 of 1 from the floor. He had 2 rebounds and 2 steals. Lockie Ulbrich goes whack. Dyson Daniels was very good against Dallas. 19 points, 9 of 13 shooting, 1 of 1 from the stripe. 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Anyone who doubts Dyson Daniels is an idiot. Dyson Daniels is a weapon. And Jock Lander, also, somewhat ironically, doesn't get the bucket from the pass from Jonathan Kuminga, but did also set an equal best career high 5 assists today, which is kind of cool. He had 5 points, 5 assists, 1 rebound, and was a plus 12. Rock'em Sock'em Jock'em Landau. But my favourite one is Jingling Joe Ingles today. 7 minutes against his old team, the Utah Jazz. It's a soft J. And he had a season high 7 points. 3 of 4 from the floor, 1 of 2 from downtown, 1 rebound, 1 turnover, and 1 block. That's right, Joe Ingles had a block. That's a pantsing. And then finally, Aussie Matisse Tybal up against Johnny Furphy's Indiana Pacers. Matty T played 14 minutes. He had 6 points, 2 of 5 from the floor, 2 of 4 from downtown, 2 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 block. Not bad for the Aussies. All right, what's happening tomorrow, Jim? Let's do some game previews. Game previews. Thanks, Inadvertent Bane. Not a problem, Jim. How's it all going? Yeah, not bad. We did our AFL Supercoach show today, so go watch that over on the Jim Does Supercoach channel. Tomorrow, we have 8 more games. I do like this consistent 8, 8, 8, 9, 8 games sort of we've had this week. But anyway, tomorrow we've got Orlando at Charlotte, which is an absolutely massive one in terms of the East playoff standings, because if your Charlotte Hornets can win this one and tag the Magic with another loss, look out. That morass between basically 5 through 10 in the East is currently separated by 4.5 games. If the Hornets can get this one and tag the Magic with another loss, it'll send the Magic into the 7 spot, maybe even all the way down to 8. Hornets can jump, well, they're not going to move up, but they'll only be 1 game behind the Sixers. So I actually like Charlotte in this one, especially at home. -4.5. Let's go Hornets. Detroit at Washington. We've just seen this one. Cade Cunningham hurt his back the other day. I don't mind Washington to maybe cover this +15.5 today or tomorrow. For the simple fact, Detroit, if Cade doesn't go, they might struggle just to put up a huge enough score to outscore them by 16. So if Cade does go, Detroit should kill them and cover that one. Lakers, Miami. This is a tough one for the Lakers coming off the back-to-back. Well, not a back-to-back, on a back-to-back, coming off 2 games back-to-back against the Rockets. Miami, if Bam doesn't play, Lakers have still got a bit of a good chance here, but I reckon Miami 3.5-point favorites at home. It's a tricky one. I can't imagine LeBron's going to play a back-to-back. Reeves, Luka, maybe, but I don't know. Lakers +3.5. I reckon they might lose a tight one. They just maybe run out of legs late. Chicago host Cleveland. Cleveland will probably smash them. -12.5. We're going to go the Cavs. Clippers they stay in New Orleans because they played there today. I didn't even mention that one before. 124-109. The New Orleans Pelicans smoked the Clippers, right? And this is with Kawhi coming back with his bung ankle. So go figure. The Pelicans are once again 1.5-point favorites against the Clippers. And I'd expect the Pelicans to once again win against the Clippers because I can't imagine they'd sort of play Kawhi back-to-back after he twisted his ankle the other day. Phoenix at San Antonio. Booker. Woo-wee. Jalen Green up against Victor Wembanyama. Spurs are 9.5-point favorites. It seems like a bit. I might take the Suns plus 9.5. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Stephon Castle versus Booker is an absolute treat. I'll take the Suns plus 9.5. Milwaukee go to Utah. They're 4.5-point favorites there. Utah, I don't know. They're gross. They're just like, they got 36 point loss to Minnesota today without Ant-Man. Like, AO carved them up. I can't imagine Utah. I reckon the Bucks get by them. Let's go the Bucks minus 4.5, even on the road. Yuck. And then finally, Philly, Sacramento. I think the Kings, look, they're 3.5-point underdogs at home at Sacramento. I think the Kings might win this. The Sixers are no good. What are we doing? Unless Embiid comes back, and he is traveling with the Sixers at the moment. Can't quite see it. So let's go Sacramento plus 3.5 at home. But there you go. That's it for NBA Straya's best and worst stuff of the day. Remember, you can find all of our stuff across the socials. Jump all over us over on the YouTube. Jump on the comments. We'll do some yeah-nahs as well on the Friday episode this week. We'll do power rankings and we'll do a playoff seeding standings check too, which would be really, really good. So there you go. That's it. Tune in to NBA Straya every day for everything NBA. Subscribe everywhere, comment everywhere, or I'll fight ya. This is NBA Straya saying look after yourselves, would ya? And later, hosen.